CPNG, what's goody? So like I was saying before on our introductory video, we're going to get things started with our CPNG interviews. We're going to have a good time. The lady that we're going to interview, her name is Miss Terri Couser. We're going to get things started. She's going to tell us her brand, what she does. If you guys have any questions, just tune them in below and I'll ask them as we do the interview. But again, since you guys know we're going to be doing our YouTube channel soon, so you'll also be able to catch this in if you guys have any questions in the future. So right now I'm going to introduce you guys to Miss Terri Couser. She's going to introduce herself. Hello. So just state your name for the record, ma'am.
State your name for the record. I feel like I'm in court. Terri Couser.
Okay, no doubt. So tell us a little bit about Terri Couser. Like, where'd you grow up at? How many sisters? How many brothers? What are your hobbies?
So this is going to be short because I'm the only child. I'm actually from, look, fun fact, Salt Lake City, Utah. So nobody would ever imagine that. And I actually bumped around a lot. So I'm not from any one particular place because I was in foster care and I was in group homes. And so I'm right in the Delaware County area right now. So I'm living a little bit of a while in Philadelphia. But that's it. It's me and my 3 boys. I have 3 sons, 23, 12, and 11. They keep me busy.
Okay. Well, good job. What is it that you particularly do, and how did you get started in it?
Okay, so I own a consulting firm. It's called Care Consulting. It's actually an acronym. It stands for Consulting, Awareness, Readiness, and Education. I didn't want to just kind of be niched into doing just credit repair because I do a lot more than that. I also do financial literacy. I also do presentations and coaching. I help entrepreneurs and budgeting. So I do a lot of business consulting and also credit consulting. Personal credit and also business credit. And I also have a lot of entrepreneurs. So I have a lot of entrepreneurs with funding, a lot of real estate investors, and I specialize in helping first-time home buyers. And so I help a lot of people when they need to repair their credit and actually to purchase a home. I help them with being able to qualify for a mortgage pre-approval. And so I launched my business in 2016 and kind of went full-time with it and left corporate America and started in 2017. I've been full-time entrepreneur ever since.
Okay. Let's just deal with basic things for right now.
Okay.
Credit. What actually is credit? What is it?
What is credit? So basically, it's just a record of how you pay your bills, to be honest with you. What I tell people is, like, when you're doing your resume, you put your best foot forward. You want to highlight the things that you do well. Your credit report is just like your financial resume. So if you ask somebody to lend you money and they pull your credit report and everything was paid on time, you establish a good payment history. That means that you are a low credit risk to a lender, and they will then want to lend you money. Same scenario, they pull your credit report and every time somebody lends you money, you haven't paid it back. You have collections, charge-offs, judgments, things of those nature. That means you're a high credit risk. You have not established on paper that you pay your bills on time, that you pay creditors back. So now that makes other lenders say maybe they do not want to lend to you because you don't have a good payment history. So really all it is a record of how you pay your bills, how you manage your money. If people have lent to you, have you paid it back? And then that calculates whether you're a low or a high risk to a lender. So when a lender is looking to evaluate you, all they're looking for is to assess what is the risk. Are you likely to pay the money back? So when we talk about credit scores, if you have a high credit score, you are a low risk. If you have a low credit score, you are a high risk. And then that will help a lender determine if they want to actually give you credit.
Nice. Okay. So as far as scores, let's just deal with numbers. I know, like, from dealing with people who do like credit repairs and credit reports and everything like that, they have a tendency to like say, well, it's no such thing as this, that, and the third. But let's just spell things out. Like, number-wise, what's like what they call quote-unquote poor or bad credit, then what do they call quote-unquote good credit? Right,
so it can vary. To be honest, there's different scoring models and different lenders have a different criteria. So what I mean by that is that your same credit report can be different based on if it's a mortgage lender pulling it, if it's a credit card company pulling it, if it's an auto lender pulling it. In general, the scoring models can go anywhere from 350, like the lowest, up to like 850 or 900, depending on the scoring model. Usually, if you can beat a 650 or above, you can get mostly anything. There are people that obsess over a 700, obsess over 800. Obviously, those scores are better, but I don't want people to think that if they don't have a 700 or if they don't have an 800, that means you can't get lending. You can get mortgages and a lot of things just at a 580 or a 620. Now, do I recommend that? Absolutely not, because interest rates and the minimum you put down and all those things factor into your repayment terms. But in general, you can be at like 640, 650 and above, you're going to have good to fair credit. 700 and above is good credit. 800 and above is excellent.
Okay. So people who have like excellent credit scores, like in the 800 range, that means they never missed a payment, or what does that mean? They just pay stuff off on time, or?
And it also means they have a length of credit history too. This is one thing I always have people that start credit repair and they'll say, I want to be at 800, and they've maybe only had like one open account, or they've had an account open for 1 year. You don't get to an 800 and you have like a short credit length, like short credit history, or like a thin credit file, sometimes we call it. It's actually a combination of things: the mix of credit, the type of credit, your debt ratio, how long you've had accounts. So when somebody has an 800, it tells me that they've kind of knocked out the ballpark in all the categories. You can be really strong in one and still have a good credit score, but when you have like an 800, it means that you're good in all of those categories. You don't just have revolving, or you don't just have accounts only a year, you don't have excessive inquiries. It's a combination of factors that actually go into it.
Okay. So we've been good friends for a couple years. You know I'm a little bit crazy. So some of the people, I told people that we were going to be interviewing a credit repair person, and I'm...
First of all, you shouldn't even have said that. You're interviewing the credit expert, because I am not a credit repair person.
Okay.
I am considered an expert in my field because I used to work for TransUnion. I used to work for a credit bureau. There is not one person in this region, on this side of the USA, has actually worked for a bureau that's in my industry. So the only reason why I point that out is because I have a level of experience that you cannot buy, because I've actually updated thousands of reports across the nation. Whereas a lot of people who are in credit, they took an online course, they read a book. That's not the same as being trained by a bureau, having been certified in the Fair Credit Reporting Act, being board certified, being score certified, knowing the FCRA, bankruptcy laws. And so this is one reason why I've separated my brand from a lot of other credit repair people, because I'm really into the education and knowledge and empowerment, because there's so much inaccurate information out there. So, back to the question.
So yeah, I'm glad she pointed it out. So how does one person actually book a consultation with you?
Okay, so honestly, there's multiple ways to reach me. You can reach me on Instagram, Care Credit Tools, on Facebook. You can go to my website. You know, I have a link tree on my Instagram. I have both my business information, my personal information for personal credit, and so my email is Terri, Terri, at Care, CARE, but really on Instagram it's just Care Credit Tools. You can DM me. I always get back to you, usually within 24 hours or less.
Okay, excellent. So my next question is, let's deal with people with good credit right now.
Okay.
Like up and
Tell
up.
them to call me so I can get them some money. I give up funding too.
But how do us people with good credit, how do we keep our credit good without like damaging it? Like sometimes, like I'll give you an example, sometimes we'll have a family emergency. Some things aren't prepared, this, that, and the third. People don't want to use their raw, they don't want to use their CD and stuff like that. How would you recommend that somebody keeps their good reputation?
I mean, to be honest with you, utilization can change. Like if you have a $5,000 credit card and there's an emergency, say, you know, there's a plumbing issue, a tuition bill, a medical bill, say your car breaks down and you need to use it, then go ahead and use it. That's why you have a $5,000 credit card. You earn that right. But you don't want to keep it maxed out. So that high utilization, meaning that you put a bunch of money on that credit card, will make your score drop. But it's only temporary. You can fix that. So that, you know, when you kind of get back on your feet, you pay that utilization down, your score will go back up. The biggest thing is you don't want to have any late payments. Late payments can legally be reported for 7 years. So I'm not saying if you have credit, you need to use it by all means. I tell people I have empathy for my clients, not sympathy, because I have been all the way up and all the way down. And there's times where a personal loan, a credit card has helped me. I'm a single parent. But you just want to make sure you pay the items back then. Or if you're using credit cards, you want to make sure you just don't have any kind of late payments, because those can be reported for 7 years. That's a whole different problem. Utilization we can fix.
Okay. Now, when it comes to your clientele, do you keep track of your clientele after they like got their stuff together to see if they're doing good, or you just leave them alone? Or
I say, hit the road. Like, no, I'm playing. I like to have fun, guys. So no, honestly, so number one, I have clients from all walks of life. lawyers, politicians, MBA. You'd be surprised. People from government official jobs where they have to have secure, they have to get different kind of credit clearances for their, well, they have to have good credit for certain security clearances. So you'd be surprised who my clients are. Working confidentiality, I build a relationship with them. A lot of them also come back if they have other needs. Some of them come back for strategy sessions. A lot of times I've helped people with real estate and investing, so they come back for extra funding. And so we do build a connection. And honestly, a lot of times when people aren't credit repair, it's usually 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. So you build that relationship. I have a financial advisor on my team as well. So when they're done with the actual credit repair, I actually then transition them to the financial advisor. And for example, he'll help them with like getting life insurance to cover their new asset if they just bought a house, or with investing and carrying it out. And then I also do real estate investing with like Jamal King and some people. And so I help them once they get their credit together. How can we build it? How can we invest? How can we build legacy? How can we turn this into something that's long term? So I have several things in place to kind of help my clients maintain it and then grow it.
Okay. All right. So we talked about the people on the upside. Let's deal with woe is me people.
Woe is me.
All right. So I'm big on build. You know me. I'm big on building and boosting and so forth. So I don't believe in like the woe is me concept. I believe anybody who sets their mind to something can pick themselves up. So let's deal with predatory lending. Sometimes it happens in college. You go to college, they got those bright, shiny credit cards. The 18-year-olds, they get in debt. So let's talk a little bit about that. Do you think that predatory lending, like let's say you were even to take the credit card people's side. Let's say, well, they didn't have to sign up, this, that, and the third. Do you think it's wrong for them to like target innocent college kids? Or do you think people should do their due diligence? Like, how do you feel?
I mean, to be honest with you, so predatory lending in the credit, like predatory lending is usually like around like mortgages and loans of that nature, because it's like where they knew that they might not qualify for something, but they actually still went ahead and gave them the actual loan, knowing that they did not have the finances to do it. But with credit cards and so forth, and this is a big issue. It's one reason why it's all about education. A lot of times we do not teach in high school, we do not teach in college financial literacy. This is actually one reason why, like when I do community events, I do schools, I do churches, I do those things free of charge. I'm not going to be every single month educating because people just don't know. And so it's actually not technically considered predatory because they give you a credit card, they give you the terms,
you got a question you can ask.
They give you all the information. It's just that people don't know how to use it. But what we have to do a better job of is that parents, when we send our kids off to college, telling them what a credit card is, telling them what credit is, tell them about paying debts off, like empowering them. And then if you don't know, look, I'm having classes, I'm doing webinars, I'm doing all kinds of things. Sometimes you don't know either. You get the education, but then you pass that on to them. The biggest thing though is if people have made mistakes with their credit, everything can be fixed. Let me say it again. Everything can be fixed.
Everything as in everything?
Everything. Now, does it mean it's going to happen overnight? Absolutely not. You don't have credit for 5 years and invest in credit repair near the 830 days. And I'm going to tell you that too. We're talking about expectations, about timelines, but you can turn it around. It's just that it's a process. I mean, even with bankruptcy, and stuff, I'm going to do a video later on today. A bankruptcy can be in your credit report for 7 to 10 years legally, but I can get you a mortgage in 24 months. Did you hear what I said? If we rebuild the right way, we have verifiable income, we have good debt ratios. So it's about knowing the lending laws and then knowing the reporting laws and then rebuilding if you have made some mistakes.
Okay. So a lot of times dealing with and we're going to come off of this, guys, because I know you guys at home want to go to all the good stuff. But I'm going to get to it. But we're still dealing with woe is me. No credit people. Sometimes you'll hear from the bank, it's like, oh, just sign up for this card so you can build up credit. Do you recommend that route? Or what do you recommend for people who say they have no credit at all?
You have to build. Like, you have to build. If a lender cannot look at your credit report, you have nothing on there, you're a high risk. And the reason why you're a high risk, and people just don't get this, but the reason why you're a high risk is because they have no track record of how you pay your bills. So let me give you an example. So you, Louis, you come and you borrow $100 from me. You pay it back. Then next time you come to borrow $100, I'm probably going to say yes. Let's say in 2 months you come to me and you want to borrow $200. I'm going to give it to you. I know you. And you've already built a payment history with me. You pay it back. 3 months you come to ask me for $500. because I gave you 100 and you paid it back, I gave you 200 and you paid it back, I'm more likely to give you the 500. You've established a history. Now, same scenario. You come to me, I don't know you at all. I gave you $20 one time for lunch, you didn't pay it back. You're a high risk. I don't have any track record with you. So when you have no credit at all, you are a risk to a lender because they have no record of how you manage your money, how you manage your finances, how you pay off your bills. So what I would tell anybody, if you want to use credit at any time, and mind you, I'm not a fan of using credit for like cars, Louis Vuitton, all those kinds of things, diamonds and furs. No, we are entrepreneurs. We are business people. We are supposed to be building wealth and legacy. So I'm very big on using credit to leverage, to build wealth. Buy a property, start your business, do something that's income producing so you can change your lifestyle. So if you have no credit at all, you must start now. Like when? Right now. You need to start establishing. Honestly, if you go to my website, I have two credit builder accounts. One's revolving, one's installment. So you meet all the categories for the types of credit, and you can start establishing today. And it's a soft inquiry, and it's an automatic approval through my website. And so when I preach things, I educate, I also make sure that I go back and I give you the tools to actually do it as well.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask this question because I know that you can handle it. So let's say somebody, no, it's not there. Let's say that somebody's extremely wealthy, like they grew up with Mr. Drummond, and their dad was Mr. Drummond or somebody like that,
right?
And they have wealth. Sometimes, and I'm just keep it real, some people are like, well, getting a good credit score, all you're doing is just dressing yourself up so you could be doing things for a bank. But let's say that you're wealthy already, you got money like that. Do you think that wealthy person who's like a multi-millionaire, do they still need credit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
To be honest with you, if you even look at Wall Street about business and personal credit, people that have a lot of money, that have capital, right, that's wealth. Well, why would you want to use all your own capital if you don't have to? So my thing is that if you put it into something that's income producing, I never met a millionaire that made $5 million and said that's enough. No, they want to make 10. And then they make 10 million, then they want to make 20. Well, how do you do that? You're buying businesses, you're buying companies, you're buying properties. And so those people actually have a little bit of both. Too much of anything is bad. You have all credit and no money at all and you're over leveraged, that's bad. You have all money and no credit at all, and then your money runs out, there's an emergency, you want to invest in something and you don't have any leverage, that's bad too. So the people who are smart, what did I say? The people who are smart have both. Some capital and good credit. And if you don't have money, meaning the average person doesn't have $100,000 just laying in the bank just to play with, then what do? Everybody can work on credit. This is why it's a tool for leverage. So if you don't have $100,000 in the bank and you want to be able to pay for your kids' student loans and pay for their wedding and buy them a property and all those things, work on your credit, buy some properties, buy some businesses, use that revenue, and then you will have the capital.
Excellent. Okay, so we got a couple of viewers. Say what's up to the new viewers. So, in short, for the people who just tuned in, let's just be basic again. What's the difference between regular credit and business credit, and how can entrepreneurs utilize business credit while interfering with their own credit? Because I know you deal with tax accountants and everything like that. Sometimes people get caught. They're like, uh-oh, let me claim this for my business, even though I'm just getting groceries and stuff like that. But in short, we deal with yeah, naughty. So, in short, what's the difference between regular credit and business credit, and how can entrepreneurs leverage from it?
So, personal credit is with your social security number, period. That means Terri Couser is going in there to buy some things, and they're checking my personal credit history. That is with my social security number. When you are truly building business credit, that means you are not using your personal social at all. It's the business name and the business EIN number. It is a process. There are people that say, oh, I have a business credit card, but it's still in their personal name and their personal social, and may just have their business revenue. That's not business credit. Business credit is with no personal guarantor and just the business's name and the business EIN number. The same way when you were 18 and 19, you were building up personal credit, when you have an actual legal entity, you have your LLC, you now have your EIN number, you have to build up your business credit profiles the same way. What I will say is, number one, it takes so much less time, entrepreneurs. So many of you guys are not leveraging business credit, and that's why your personal credit is taking a hit, because your personal credit is maxed out, you're using all your own money. It takes money to fund your dream. Like, I get it.
But how does one apply? All right, how does one apply for business credit? Like they.
Well, you have to. That's a whole process. We don't have enough time for that. But what I will say is, what I will post is my email, my website, and I actually have some free ebooks, and I will give you the steps to building business credit. It's an actual process. Now, I do have a service. I have a personal credit service and a credit builder, a business credit builder service where I will build your business credit for you. Can you do it on your own? Absolutely. Will it take time for you to do it on your own? Absolutely. So, you may make some mistakes, but number one, I had somebody inbox me literally just the other day and say, I want to build a business credit, but I don't have my LLC yet. And you don't have a business. Like rule number one, you must have a business, a LLC, a S Corp, or something. You must have it legal. Then you must have an EIN number. But it takes so much less time and so much more money, guys. I mean, it is not uncommon to have a $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 line, credit card, $200,000 lines, 1.5. Like, you'd be surprised. And so, because it's a business, that lending qualifications, like the amount you can get, are so much higher. So it's worth it. If you wanted to be an entrepreneur for 5 or 10 years, let's say you've been working a regular job for the last 20 years, and you start your business, everybody wants $200,000 in 6 months. No, but can you work 6 to 12 months to build your business credit profile, and you can then leverage that and not use your personal credit? Absolutely you can. People just don't want to put in the work, but it's a process. You need a website, you need an EIN number, you need an 800 number, you need a fax. They want to confirm that you are a legitimate business. Can it be done? Yes. Do I have resources to help you? Yes. Are there ways to do it without spending a bunch of money? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. Does it happen overnight? No. But can you literally be fundable in 6 to 9 months? Absolutely you can.
Okay. Well, you know me, I'm big on experts. I'm big on linking people to experts. That's why we're interviewing right now. So I'm big on counsel as well. Now, I know one good thing about you is, like, you just made connections with these people that I'm about to interview now. And I'm pretty sure that you're not like, that you could also big ups another person that does what you do as well. So one thing that I know that other people do that are involved with you, they give people advice, and what happens, some of them don't take it. So what is your advice to people who do what you do when people don't listen to the counsel that they give them?
You can't make people do what they, to be honest. So if you are a credit repair person and you have clients and they're not following the plan, you cannot stress over that. You have to make sure you're clear about expectations, but guys, it's your credit. You have to know who your clients are. Like, everybody can't be my client. And I know that because you have to do the work. It's a partnership. I do something, you do something, we get to the goal. And so what I would say for my credit repair people is be clear about expectations, be clear about what you can deliver. Stop promising people things that you cannot do.
Thomas, Shanice Allen, Joel.
And then stop promising things that you cannot
Ebony
do.
Birch.
And then follow up, educate. And if there's a client who's just not listening, then maybe you need to discharge them from your services because you're going to be just spinning your whip. Listen, I will. I've had people that start credit repair and I've done all this work, then they'll voluntarily repo their car, get brand new late payments and collections. I'm not going to work on your file for 2 and 3 years and you're not serious. So I'm going to educate you, I'm going to support you, I'm going to help you and put you in the right direction, but I'm not going to actively work on your file when you're not taking it serious.
She says she has empathy, not sympathy. Okay, so I like the way this interview going. I'm learning something right now myself. So let's deal with the people who actually judge the people's credits. I didn't even ask you about the 1-800 number. Is there actually a 1-800 number that people can call and get an inquiry about their own credit? What's that called?
Yes, 888-383-6182. And I actually have a call center that answers that phone 24/7.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. And is there a 1-800 number that somebody can actually call to get a copy of their credit report?
Well, you want to go to annualcreditreport.com.
Yeah, that's
so you wouldn't actually get it from me, but you can go to annualcreditreport.com and you can actually do it online and get a copy of your report from all 3 bureaus. Or there's a form there that you can actually mail off. They can send you a copy of your report. You're entitled to 1 free copy every 12 months.
All right, excellent. And other than that, who are the 3 entities that actually are involved with judging your credit report?
Yeah, so the 3 credit bureaus are Equifax, CPNG, and Experian. For business credit, it's Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian.
Okay, and what are some of the factors that they're looking for?
Well, so the credit bureaus don't rate you at all, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so the credit bureaus are just, it's honestly a database of information. They hold the information, your creditors report to them. It's the lenders who actually rate you based on what it is you're applying for. And that depends. I mean, for a car, you can get a car with bad credit, but I'm not impressed by people, credit repair people, who have a bunch of cars as their testimonials, because that's reality is not always perception. That person could put $5,000 down and have a 25% interest rate. You did not do your client any due justice. I do not do things like that for my clients. Like, I actually work on their credit so they can buy things like houses, get $11,000 grant, put 3.5% down. We have people buying properties for $2,500 and less. Does it take a little bit of time to do it the right way? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Absolutely. And so, depending on what it is you're applying for, there's going to be a different criteria. For mortgages, and I'm going back to that because I'm very, very, very pro real estate. It's one of the best ways to build wealth, period, hands down. They're looking at capacity. So your debt to income ratio, how much debt you currently have. They're looking at income. You need to have verifiable income. You cannot be unemployed. You cannot have a part-time job. You can be an entrepreneur, but you need 12 months of business bank revenue or like have your taxes filed. And then they're looking at your credit. Someone's about to cut you a $200,000 check, a $500,000 check. They don't want to see an unpaid Macy's bill for $1,000. They don't want to see a collection for like $300. Like, we're going to talk real. When somebody works with me, I'm very transparent, but I get results. And I get results because not only am I transparent with you, but I'm going to educate you. That way, after working with me, you should never need a credit consultant again because you're not a reader of what lenders are looking for, what goes into your score.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier that you have a finance person. Just real quick, elaborate what they do.
I have a finance team.
Finance
yes.
team. Okay.
So I have relationships with different lenders, hard money lenders, flippers, traditional banks. And then I also have a funding team for my business credit. So it also just depends on what it is you're actually looking for. I have relationships with lenders and I have a funding team that helps me fund deals for clients.
Okay. So I don't know if you remember, but me, you, Kiana, John Proctor, my man Raheem, we was at Applebee's. We getting ready to get a nice skill shop together for you guys. Sometimes things take time, but things happen in God's timing. So you talked about your other business. So you basically are like a cleanup crew. And by that, I mean sometimes somebody go to a credit repair person and you end up having to clean up after what they did with all these letters X, Y, Z. So how does one circumvent these letters and this, that, and the third? Which ones work and which ones don't work?
I'm not even going to be honest, if you have a valid negative debt, I don't care if you write 300 letters. It does not mean it's going to be deleted. Guys, I want you to hear me. I'm going to say it so slow so you
all right,
hear me.
I'm going to zoom in too.
I'm going to say it slow. So no credit repair service or person can guarantee that a valid negative debt can be deleted. Period. If that were true, everybody would have perfect credit and that person would be a billionaire. Stop paying people $3,000 to delete something when you know it's a valid debt and it may not get removed. Now, are there loopholes in the Fair Credit Reporting Act? Yes. Are there sometimes things that can be removed because they're inaccurate, unfair, outdated? Absolutely. But if you repoed that car 3 months ago and you know you repoed it and the bank know you repoed it, there is a level of liability they have to prove to keep it on your report. But stop paying people $3,000 and $4,000, $5,000. You may have done better actually working on reestablishing, selling the item, and waiting a little bit of time and actually putting it towards your house. So be smart. It's not true that everything will just get deleted just because you write a letter. Are there some letters that are effective? Absolutely. It's a situation and case-by-case basis. Period.
Okay. So you're doing this like a lawyer. So what's up with flukes? Let's just talk about flukes. What's up with flukes? Because sometimes somebody, flukes, like FLUKES. Like sometimes something can be on your repair report. You're like, hey, that's not me. Does that make it worth somebody actually getting what's that called? That identity theft protection or all that type of stuff?
You just dispute it. Like you can dispute anything. Like if there is a valid item that is inaccurate or not yours, just like the people are trying to get valid negative items off, you can get regular. Like the actual law, the Fair Credit Reporting Act was actually put in place to protect you guys, to protect you. There are genuinely errors. There's genuinely identity theft. There's genuinely fraud. It was actually put in place to help you. So if you get your credit report and there is something inaccurate, not yours, unfair, outdated, dispute it. Because the bureaus then will either update the information or contact the creditor. It's a whole process, but you can absolutely dispute it. It's your right to dispute anything on your credit report, period. It's your right underneath the law.
Okay. So this is excellent. We're about to wrap this up, but still some things that we still have to get into.
Okay. Okay.
Let's deal with misnomers. What's the deal with so I'll just ask 3 at a time. There's a thing out there about 7 years, certain things fall off your credit report and some don't. Then the next thing is sometimes these people have breaches, and I think it was like a case or something like that, a lawsuit that one of the Equifax, they had a breach. And the other one is, oh, if I pay off all my bills, I'm going to have good credit.
No, it's
So let's deal with those.
Things too, guys. Check your credit report. Especially income tax time is coming. Income tax time is coming. Guys, I want you to be smart this year. I cannot tell you how many people get their income tax money and they say, I'm going to pay off all my bills, I have good credit. They pay off all these bills, and they look at their credit, they still have a low credit score. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. You didn't check your credit report and you see what was on there first. You may have a Comcast bill on your table, but it's not on your credit report unless it was sent to a third-party collector. So you just paid all that money, wasn't even on your report. Rule number 1, check your credit report first, and then it's about looking good on paper. So then be strategic about your money and pay the items on your credit report first if your goal is to impact your credit. That's number 1. About the 7-year rule. Everybody gets this wrong. I need you guys to hear me again. The way the law was written, it's 7 years from the date of last activity. So you can have an account that was opened up in 2000, pay it on time forever. In 2015, you decide not to pay your bills anymore and it goes into collections. It can legally be on your credit report for 7 years from 2015. So people will always call me and they'll say, oh, this item is on my report more than 7 years. Maybe the date closed, the date paid, the last payment may have been less than 7 years, and that's why it's on your report. So it's not just 7 years. It's 7 years from the date of last activity for delinquent items.
Okay. And let's see, in closing, let's just deal with like basic 101 type of stuff. What is revolving credit?
Yeah, so you basically have 2 different types of credit, revolving and installment. So revolving is like credit cards, like lines of credit. They're revolving because the balance can be different every single month and the payment can be different every single month. So think about like a revolving door. Like you have a credit card for $500. 1 month your balance could be $300. 1 month the balance could be $50. So it will change. Installment credit is like mortgages, loans, student loans, personal loans, where it's a set amount every single month, and then once you pay the actual amount off, then it's a zero balance and it's closed. So that means like you got a car, it's $30,000, you're paying $350 a month every single month, and then once you pay that whole $30,000 off, it's closed. You have good credit when you have a mix of both revolving and installment. Creditors want to see that you're able to manage both types.
Okay. Now, you probably heard of other people like Susie Orman, this, that, and the third. There's a whole bunch of things floating around. It's a piggy bank method. You go on somebody else's credit, they can build you up, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third, and the other. But some people are just like, look, I know you get these people a lot too. Look, hurry up, fix my credit. But what are some what are some things that a person can do to be a catalyst to actually build their credit up? That's doable.
To be perfectly honest with you, you need to find out why it's bad. Like, this is one reason why I get results from my clients, because I have a personalized approach. You may have no collections at all, so then telling somebody pay all your negative debt is not going to work for you. You could just be over maxed out on all of your credit cards. So then for you, paying down the utilization is going to help you. You need to know why your credit is bad to know what the solution is. This is why people you hear me say all the time, people make decisions based on inaccurate information. What needs to be done for Kim, Mike, Steven, Ryan is all different. Some could have overutilization, some could have collections, some could have bankruptcy, some could have excessive inquiries. So you need to look at your report and find out why your credit is bad first, and then fix those areas. That's really how you do it the best way, the most effective way, the smart way.
Okay. Now, is it true that if something happens, like you miss a payment and your actual score can drop?
It can drop like 100 points. It's severe. Severe. So your open available credit factors more heavily into your credit score. Let's take a Discover credit card. That's your open available credit. One. Like,
that happened to me before, guys, so don't be ashamed. Yeah. It happens to everybody.
It can drop like 100 points because that's your open available credit and it's showing your current payment history. So what I would say to you guys is that when you have that credit card, your minimum payment might be $50. Let's say it's maxed out, you need to pay it off, but you get that bill in the mail and it says minimum payment $50. We can fix utilization later. Pay that $50. If you at least make your minimum payments, you will not have a late payment. They cannot report you to the credit bureau. The other tip is they cannot legally report you until you are 30 days late. So let's say money is tight and you pay it on the 15th day. May you pay a late fee to them? Absolutely. Are you late in their system? Absolutely. But are you late to the credit bureau? No, you are not. So if you need a little bit of leeway, you get paid what? Most people get paid 2 times in a month, right? So if you can't do that first paycheck, scrounge up your $50, your $25 the next paycheck because it's worth it. We can fix utilization. That late payment is going to take a long time to recover from.
So you mentioned something like doing stuff twice a month. Is it an actual technique? Like, let's say somebody, all right, they finally got their stuff together, got a nice Mercedes-Benz. Is it actually a possibility that they could pay that car note like on the 1st and the 15th, like twice a month, and actually look good on their credit report?
So that's a big misconception. So there's a difference between credit repair and looking at like your credit score and also debt consolidation. So you pay those extra payments is going to help you with your debt. It's going to help you save an interest. It's going to help you pay it down faster. Yes. When you guys look at your credit report, I want you to look at how many times they report. The company report 1 time a month. You're not getting any extra million points because you're paying it twice a month. If you have a credit card, I'd rather you put the extra money on your utilization to bring that down because that will bring up your score. Now, if you just want to save yourself an interest, you just want to pay that loan off faster, absolutely. But they only report to the bureau once a month. So you're not going to get a whole bunch of extra points paying an installment credit twice a month.
Okay. Well, guys, you guys are really getting some good information. I hope you guys appreciate this. Make sure that you like and share. I'm really excited about today because we're actually going to be premiering our YouTube channel tomorrow, December the 29th. We're going to get things popping. So, as you guys can imagine, she's a plethora of knowledge, and you guys should definitely check her out and get some consultations and so forth. And she's going to tell us how you can find her on social media.
Yes, so you can find me just at Terri Couser, TerriCouser. Also on Instagram, Care Credit Tools, all one word, CARE Credit Tools. And then my website, you can actually just go to my website, is just www.caretools.net. CARETOOLS.net.
Okay, excellent. So we're just going to close this. So Terri's just going to tell us a fun fact about her and the next event that she is going to be doing.
Yeah, so fun fact about me is that I'm a huge fan, I was just talking about, I'm a huge fan of network marketing. And I actually retired myself from corporate America in 2016 with my organo gold money I made from my investment and that actually helped me launch my business. And so it was a huge blessing to be on that network. So I'm so very pro organo gold, very pro network marketing because it grows people. I am having a home buying seminar with Tia Whitaker. Tia Whitaker is having it in Freedom Mortgage on January 11th. That's on my website. I'm having 4 credit boot camps for first-time home buyers in January and February. That flyer will be out probably like Monday or Tuesday. I'm having an empowerment conference January 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And then I'm actually going to be traveling the USA, guys, with Jamal King, Eric Thomas and Associates doing Make Real Estate Real. Those will be various events across the USA for 2020.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to just flip it over to me. Yeah. So guys, there you have it. We just had a wonderful, excellent interview with Ms. Terri Couser. You guys make sure that you reach out to her. We definitely are on a roll, so we're going to have some good times. And you guys, everybody have a pleasant day. Peace.